If you are feeling lost, broken, or left behind, modern society offers you a very specific painkiller. They tell you, just be yourself. You are perfect exactly as you are. It sounds comforting. It sounds humane, but it is the most dangerous advice of the 21st century. Why? Let's apply some cold logic here. If your current self is financially struggling, if your current self is trapped in toxic relationships, if your current self is prone to procrastination and riddled with insecurity, why on earth would you want to preserve that? The mantra, "Be yourself," is actually a sedative. It gives your ego permission to remain stagnant. It rebrands a lack of discipline as personality. It frames your flaws as identity, so you never have to face the pain of fixing them. It convinces you that changing is a betrayal of your soul, when in reality, not changing is a betrayal of your potential. In this video, we are not here to offer empty comfort. We are going to dissect this concept using behavioral psychology and neuroscience. We are going to prove that sometimes betraying who you are today is the only way to save who you could be tomorrow. Let's begin. Most of us are trapped in a mental prison called the fixed mindset. You label yourself. You say things like, "I am an introvert," or "I'm just not good with numbers," or perhaps, "I have a short temper." You treat these traits as if they are your DNA, unchangeable, permanent. But science tells a very different story. There is a famous study from Harvard University called the End of History Illusion. This study reveals a fascinating paradox. We can look back at our past and clearly see how much we have changed over the last 10 years. But when we look at the present, we mistakenly believe that who we are now is the final version. We think the movie is over, but it's not. Biologically speaking, you are not a rock, you are a river. Every 7 to 10 years, almost every single cell in your body is replaced. Your skin, your bones, even your neural pathways, they are constantly regenerating. Physically, the person you were 7 years ago is dead. That version of you no longer exists. So, if your biology refuses to stand still, why do you force your personality to be frozen? When you say, "That's just who I am," you are not speaking the truth. You are simply finding a convenient excuse to avoid the hard work of evolving. Let's pause for a moment and consider an ancient philosophical paradox known as the ship of Theseus. Imagine a wooden ship. Over time, the planks start to rot. One by one, the sailors replace the old wood with new timber. Eventually, after many years, not a single original piece of wood remains. Is it still the same ship? If you say yes, then the identity of the ship is not in the material, but in the idea. If you say no, then the ship died long ago. You are that ship. Your habits, your beliefs, your memories, they are the wooden planks. You have been replacing them your whole life without noticing. The music you liked at 15, you might hate now. The political views you held at 20 might seem naive to you today. So if you have already changed so many parts of yourself naturally, why are you so terrified to change the rest intentionally? Stop clinging to the rotting wood just because it's familiar. You have the right to rebuild the ship while you are still sailing it. Let's go deeper into the trap. Most people confuse authenticity with impulsivity. Let me give you a raw example. Imagine someone insults you. Your natural instinct, the most authentic part of your animal brain, wants to scream. It wants to fight. That is your amygdala reacting. If you follow that impulse, you are technically being yourself. But what is the result? A destroyed relationship, a damaged reputation, chaos. Now imagine the opposite. You choose to stay silent. You take a deep breath. You smile calmly. Does that feel fake in that moment? Yes. Inside, you are screaming. Outside, you are at peace. You are acting. But that act is the highest form of maturity. Dr. Joe Dispenza once said, "Personality is created by your personal reality." If you wake up every morning, grab your phone and scroll through social media for an hour and call that your lifestyle, you are mistaken. That is not a lifestyle. That is your brain running on autopilot. Many people fear that if they change, they will lose their identity. But here is the brutal truth. What you call your identity is mostly just a collection of defense mechanisms and old habits formed by past trauma. Protecting that identity means you are protecting your own prison. So, if we shouldn't be ourselves, what should we do? The answer might sound paradoxical. Create the character you want to be and start playing that role. Don't judge it yet. Look at the greats. Beyoncé, a shy woman in real life, but on stage, she becomes Sasha Fierce, a fearless, powerful alter ego. Kobe Bryant created the Black Mamba. David Goggins created a warrior who embraces suffering. This is not fake. In psychology, this is called self-distancing. When you face a massive challenge, your current self will tell you to quit. But the character you are building, the disciplined, relentless version of you, what would they do? Act like them. People say, fake it till you make it, but I prefer to say, behave it until you become it. Action must come before belief. You don't wait for confidence to speak. You speak while your hands are shaking 100 times until confidence arrives. You don't wait to be disciplined to wake up early. You force yourself out of bed in pain to become disciplined. Killing the old version of yourself to give birth to a new one is always painful, but it is the pain of birth, not the pain of decay. I know what you're thinking right now. You are thinking, but isn't that lying? Isn't that imposter syndrome? Let me share a personal truth with you. When I started this channel, when I wrote the very first script, I was terrified. My authentic self is actually quite quiet. I doubt myself constantly. My authentic self wanted to stay in bed and told me, "Who are you to give advice? You are nobody." If I had listened to that voice, you would not be watching this video right now.
So I had to make a choice. I decided to show up, not as the person I was, but as the person I needed to be for this message to exist. I felt like a fraud for the first 10 videos. My voice shook, my hands sweat. I felt like an actor wearing a costume that didn't fit. But here is the secret regarding imposter syndrome that no one tells you. Feeling like an imposter is a good sign. It means you're entering new territory. It means you are growing into a bigger version of yourself. If you always feel comfortable, if you always feel like yourself, it means you are playing too small. The costume only feels tight because your muscles are growing. So embrace the feeling of being a fraud.
It is simply the growing pains of a new reality taking shape. To conclude, saying "don't be yourself" does not mean you must hate your past. It simply means you love your future self enough to refuse to stay the same. Think of it this way. You are like a block of marble. Being yourself means keeping that block rough, unpolished, and heavy. You ask the world to accept it as it is. But true growth is the act of sculpting. You must pick up the chisel. You must chip away the excess, the laziness, the envy, the fear. Every strike of the chisel is painful. Every piece of stone that falls away is a part of your old self dying. But that is the only way the masterpiece inside you is revealed. So, stop looking for yourself. Yourself is not something you find under a rock. Yourself is something you create. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, do not ask, "Who am I?" Instead, ask, "Who do I want to become?" And then begin to live as that person right now.